Today, we're going to be talking about one of the most crucial aspects of becoming a successful athlete, and that is your hustle. It is the foundation that separates the good from the great. And let's dive into why hustle is greater than anything else. All right, so if you're new here, my name is Evan Mendoza, and I have 7 years of professional baseball between the Cardinals and Padres. I played 3 years at a D1 program at NC State. That's me hitting a walk-off against Duke. I also studied aerospace engineering, and I was on varsity all 4 years of my high school baseball career. So I'm here to share all of that knowledge with you. So I'm quite literally that baseball guy that talks mentality, development, and even recruiting. And I also founded my own online baseball academy, Mendoza Baseball Academy, where I help prepare high school baseball players bridge the gap into college. So if you're a high school baseball player who's currently on varsity, I'll have some instructions for you at the end of this video, which is to watch this full video just so you get to see those instructions. But if you're a parent or player who's not currently in high school, just keep watching all my content and you'll get a ton of free value. Listen to my podcast, The Angle. It's killer. So now let's get into it. The power of hustle. This hustle isn't just about running hard. All right, guys. I think a lot of people hear, oh, you have to show good hustle. Running hard isn't necessarily the only thing you can hustle in, all right? Diving catches, not the only thing that you can hustle towards. It's a mindset, a relentless drive to always be better every single day, guys. So it's what pushes you to show up early and stay late. You never want to be the guy that just is cut off there, gets there at the time of, when practice starts and when practice ends. You're the first one to leave. You want to show that you have a purpose of why you're actually even there. So in the pro world, hustle is a non-negotiable. So let's talk about a couple of things. Consistency through hustle. So hustle will breed the consistency, all right? It's the everyday effort that compounds over time. And I've been talking a lot on my podcast, The Angle, guys. If you haven't downloaded it yet, make sure to go download it. Just search in The Angle with Evan Mendoza. And I talk about the compound effect. It's something that I actually read in a book called The Compounding Effect. If you guys are, an audiobook type of person or you like to read, it's a great personal development book. It talks about doing one hard thing to start off your day, and that really compounds and compounds and compounds, not only throughout your entire day, but day after day, week after week, month after month, and that's when you truly start to see the results. All right, so when you hustle, you build habits that lead to the success, guys. You can hustle one day, and I promise you're not going to see any type of success. You're not going to see any type of results. All right, it's the habits that will lead to the success that you're looking for, all right? And the habits come with time because then you start turning into that player who's consistent and you do things the right way. You're showing up on time and you have that hustle. So consistency in your hustle means you're always improving and always moving forward. So let's talk about some stories from the field. I want to share with you a story from when I was at NC State. I had a teammate who was literally not the most talented baseball player. He was actually very undersized and he didn't hit any home runs or anything like that. But I am pretty sure he did hit one college home run in his whole entire college career. And he was on his very last game against Kentucky in the regional in Lexington, which I thought was pretty cool. So he hustled harder than just about anyone else, and he was a great defender. He was a second baseman. They actually converted him over to a first base, and he was like maybe 5'11", maybe 5'10", not your typical build for a D1 baseball player. He was the type of guy who was also the first to arrive and the last to leave. He truly built that like team camaraderie, all right? That hustle earned him a spot as a starter throughout his college career. And his hustle was contagious as far as a team dynamics. Talent can get you so far, but hustle will take you all the way. And you can just be exactly like him, really. You're an undersized person, you want to play college baseball, and you have that hustle. Maybe you're being overlooked, and maybe you think because you are undersized, you won't land a college commitment, and you're not as good as the bigger players, right? All of this is not true, and you can do it. Do you know what Altuve, Pedroia, and Stroman all have in common? Well, they're all under 6 foot. So if you have big dreams of playing pro or college baseball, head over to MendozaBaseballAcademy.com to see if I can help you in your high school baseball journey. Let's talk about the hustle that you have in practice. So every practice is an opportunity to showcase your hustle and to showcase what kind of player and competitor you are, every drill, every rep, every swing should be done with maximum effort. In pro ball, we can't just simply go through the motions because we're not going to get what we want out of that specific exercise, all right? So we hustle through every drill just like it's game 7 of the World Series. And that's the competitiveness that you need to have in practice, because we all know how you practice is how you play. Hustle overcomes obstacles, guys. Hustle helps you overcome obstacles, and when you're faced with challenges, you hustle and will push you through those obstacles. It will keep you going when things get tough, and hustle is your best weapon when you're against some adversity. When I converted from being a pitcher my freshman year at NC State to a third baseman, it was not easy. I had to show the coaches I hustled for that starting spot in the infield, especially because I was blocked by a senior. Guys, I would hit in the automatic machine or off of the automatic machine in the cages sometimes until 1, 2 a.m. And guess what? As the assistant coaches left and the manager left, they would knock on the door, they'd peep their head in just to see who was hitting and who was also listening to some very, very loud music, because that's what I like to do. And they saw me in the cages hustling. Time and time again. I think that probably happened more than a dozen times. And every single time that happened, I literally did a quick little fist pump, because I was like, I'm one step closer to actually earning a spot in the starting lineup, because I know for a fact they respect the hard work that I'm putting in. But it didn't really stop me. I took more swings. I took more ground balls. Guys, as far as the ground balls goes, when I didn't earn that starting position, I would go to shortstop. I would ask a pitcher to hit me fungos, and I'd show up to practice a solid hour before everyone else, and I wanted to make sure that I was taking ground balls nonstop until stretch. This was just something that I enjoyed doing. I liked listening to music. I liked taking ground balls. I just found joy in taking ground balls. It truly was so much fun. So I hustled more than anyone there, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And one of my favorite quotes is, volume negates luck. Meaning you won't get lucky from taking more reps, all right? You'll get better, all right? That's the whole game plan, and that is the goal. You want to become a better baseball player. You don't want to become more lucky, because you don't need to rely on the luck. You just need to rely on the skill that you possess. So now let's talk about building a hustle mindset. So developing a hustle mindset starts with your daily routine. Literally from the second that you wake up, you hear your alarm, how quickly can we get on our feet? That was one of the most important, and something that I've always grabbed onto from the Naval Academy. I went to a camp when I was in middle school, and the head coach told me whenever his alarm gets off in the morning, he makes sure to step up and get on his feet as soon as possible. The idea of snooze is a very deadly weapon. So make sure that you have your daily routines. It really just starts with the first thing that you do. So set goals and push yourself to exceed them. Don't settle for just getting by. Strive for the excellence, all right? Hustle is about giving 110% every single day. Hustle will inspire others. So when you hustle, you inspire your teammates to do the exact same, and your effort sets the standard for those around you, and you want to be that leader, don't you? So hustle creates a culture of hard work and determination on your team. Be the player who others look up to because of your hustle, all right? So just like the player I mentioned earlier from NC State who was undersized, he created a culture for the team because, number one, he was a great human being, but number two, he also had that ultra powerful tool as a player, which he showcased his hustle to the entire team. Hustle will also build some resilience. So it teaches you to bounce back from failure and keeps you pushing forward. Resilience and hustle go hand in hand, and together they form the backbone of a successful athlete. Hustle is greater than anything. It's the driving force behind success in baseball and, to be honest with you guys, in life. I want all my students, especially inside the Mendoza Baseball Academy, to become great human beings with great habits, not just in baseball, but in life. Guys, it's bigger than baseball. So commit to hustling every day, in practice, in every game. Your hustle will define your journey and shape your future. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what I teach my students inside my academy about. So if you're a varsity high school baseball player aiming to land a D1 scholarship here in the near future, let me help you prepare you by getting you on that path. Inside my program, I only work with high school baseball players who are dedicated, driven, and have the desire to play in college. So if you're already playing varsity baseball, you have what it takes to play at the next level, you already work out a ton, you're investing in yourself, but you feel stuck in your development, maybe because of lack of a great coach in your area with experience like me, Maybe you need guidance in the recruitment process like a lot of people do, or simply you just need the right program that you can trust. So if that sounds like you, I'd love to go over where you're currently at in your high school baseball journey and ultimately how I can help you out. My triple play of physical development, mental development, and the recruiting guidance will have you on the path to a D1 scholarship. So if you're interested in working one-on-one with me inside my academy, head over to the MendozABaseballAcademy.com to apply to work with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to click the link down below in the description. And if you're listening to this on podcast, the angle, just head over to my website, MendozABaseballAcademy.com to apply. And if you or your player is not in high school yet, just keep watching all my content and supporting all my channels. But if you are a serious high school baseball player looking to play in college, make sure to apply to get a better idea of how I can help you.